Welcome to the beautiful Noumea, New Caledonia, home of the 14th Pacific Games and the setting for the very first edition of Pacific Pool Shot.
Can't give it, just can't give it away. Can't give it, just can't give it away. Can't give it, just can't give it away. Can't give it, just can't give it away.
In this episode of Pacific Pool Shot, we'll catch up with the Vanuatu flag bearer and cricket captain, Andrew Mansali. We'll go on a tour of the Pacific Games that cricket is thrilled to be a part of. We'll take a behind the scenes look at the current status of New Caledonian cricket. And finally, we'll join the boys from PNG as they celebrate their gold medal. Let's get into it.
Okay, so right behind me is the main stadium here at the Pacific Games where the athletics, the football and rugby is held. There was also the scene where the Vanuatu captain Andrew Mansali carried the nation's flag into the arena at the opening ceremony. We're going to catch up with him now and talk about that experience. I'm here with Andrew Mansali from the Vanuatu cricket team, the national captain. Andrew, just short of a century today, according to the scorebook. I think a few of us actually thought you made the ton. There was a bit of a celebration, but must feel good to get some runs.
Yes, Adam, I feel very great to pass the 50 and then aim for 100. I thought I made 100, but then after the game, they said I made 94, but what's the excitement? Could rest my bat in 100, but maybe next time I'll do that.
Now you've had another amazing achievement here at the Games. You were nominated by the Vanuatu Olympic Committee to carry the nation's flag into the stadium at the opening ceremony. Tell us a bit about that.
To be honest, Adam, the first time I heard about that, they announced my name that I'm going to be a flag bearer, and it's like I thought it's not a big thing. It's not a big thing for me, but then later on I just realized how people come up and greet me and stuff and go, well, I think it's a great honor and a big honor to represent the country and to carry the flag and to be in the front line of all the delegates of Vanuatu. And I was really proud of myself, and proud of the family who supported me as well, and my mates, teammates, and the busy boy. Yeah.
And tell me about the moment. I was at the stadium. It was a full stadium. The crowd was cheering. And what did it feel like when you walked in and saw all those fans yelling at you?
Man, it's like it's a feeling that you're walking in front. Once they call out, here comes Vanuatu. So once I took the first step to lead all the people, I can't even express it. Like the joy that you can't even get with normal things. I feel like I'm just flying. Yeah. So people there sitting around watching while we were going in. Like all the teams, all the countries were marching, and then here comes Vanuatu coming in. All the people just cheering and shouting, and I feel like we all lived, and we were so proud of ourselves, and we were so glad. Yeah.
Mate, thank you for joining us on Pacific Pool Shot.
Thank you, Adam.
Well, on the rest day of the cricket, I thought it would be a great opportunity to go and have a look at some other sports. So, with a bit of sweet talking, I scored myself a driver and a tour guide, and I was off.
So we're coming to you live from the boxing in the VIP section, I might add, of the Pacific Games, and I must say it's a little rougher than the gentleman's game of cricket. There's a young Fijian boy copping a hiding from a boy from Tahiti here at the moment. And I must say, if something like this happened at mid-wicket in our wonderful sport, there'd be code of conduct written all over it.
After spending a good hour at the boxing and witnessing a number of one-sided fights, I started to feel a little bit like this guy, and thought that was my cue to move on to the rugby.
So I find myself in the VIP section at the rugby here at the Pacific Games, and who should I bump into but Seb, the president of Samoan Cricket. Now, Seb, what brings you to the VIP section?
Rather unfortunately, there were no old men around, so they asked me to do the chef de mission of the 240 athletes, and of course I kindly accepted it because Samoa couldn't afford to come to the cricket.
And what about the hospitality, Seb? You seem to be taking advantage of it here. I can see some lovely food. We've got some lovely coffee. How are you enjoying all of that?
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Of course, there are always people who quibble and they don't understand when you've got to cater for so many countries and so many athletes. They don't understand that the food has been good. Many other things have been good, and the hospitality has been extremely good.
And the beer?
Unfortunately, we're not allowed any beer at all, and but I've been doing pretty good.
Very good. Great to see you, Seb.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we're here at the rugby, and that roar you can hear in the background was Fiji running about their 20th try over the line against Tahiti. It's an absolute bloodbath going on here. I've got my cricket glove on. I'm promoting cricket at every venue I go to. Now, this is the main stadium of the Pacific Games. Absolutely fabulous venue. The opening ceremony was held here, so just below me on the stand was where Andrew Mansale carried the flag for Vanuatu. The French president delivered his address just in front of us here, and a number of the I guess you could call the blue ribbon sports such as football and rugby in the Pacific are played at this venue, which is fantastic. We've got a big crowd in here today. I'm seated in the VIP section, of course, after a little bit of networking out the front there, and I'm surrounded by a few dignitaries from certainly a number of the other countries, and I also just bumped into some of the delegates who are for the Sri Lanka 2018 Commonwealth Games bid. So there's a lot of big people in town, and I guess you could say I'm one of them. So it's a great day. So we're coming to you live from the Football of the Pacific Games. It is a clutch match between the Solomon Islands and Vanuatu. There's only a couple of minutes remaining. I'm here with the Vanuatu cricket delegation who are cheering them on. We've got Pierre Chillier here. We've got Mark Stafford next to me and the whole Vanuatu team. It's currently 0-0. Basically, Vanuatu need a win in order to still be in medal contention. So it's a very, very exciting match. Amazing scenes here. Vanuatu has just scored against the Solomon Islands in the last minute, and they are still in medal contention. The cricket boys are going nuts. Everybody's going nuts. It's absolutely sensational. So we've just watched Vanuatu defeat the Solomon Islands 1-0. I'm here with their backup keeper, and I think I could probably stop some of these balls from these Vanuatu boys. I don't know if they're as good as they think they are. What is the key to being a keeper?
Key to be a keeper is he must be reacting, moving side to side.
Moving side to side. All right, I'm going to give that a try. I've got my cricket glove. I'm going to jump in here, and the Vanuatu boys are going to hit some balls at me.
One more. Bisa take it lah.
Ready? Well, full credit to them. I think they proved to me that football's a little harder than it looks. So I think I need to get back to the comfort zone of the cricket grounds tomorrow for the gold medal match. But first we'll just pop our heads into the volleyball, have a quick look at that facility, and then that might call it a day, I think. Yeah, cheers.
Okay, thank you Thomas Adams. Wanneer sa vertellen lo all man Vanuatu, especially lo chef of province, will is the pleasing. Ako datu sponsor this coverage.
My heroics on the football field didn't go unnoticed though, as I was stopped for an interview on live Vanuatu radio when attempting to leave the stadium.
So yeah, I've just completed an interview on Vanuatu radio, so things are looking good here. I'm having a great day. Oh, I've got my tour guide here, Chrissy. This is our tour guide, Chrissy. She's been a great help to us today, taking us all around. What did you think of that match?
I was for Vanuatu, and I'm very happy that Vanuatu won.
That's great, thank you very much. And now we're getting a move on now because we're going to head to the not basket, but volleyball, ladies. Ladies volleyball. Interesting. That sounds like it could be a lot of fun.
Oh yes, good fun. Anyway, anywhere, every day with Chrissy, good fun.
Okay, we've now made our way to the volleyball here at the Pacific Games, and Vanuatu's playing here as well. It seems like they've taken over the entire games. I can't find a single venue without Vanuatu playing. I don't like my chances of trying my luck in this sport. Access to this court seems a little bit more difficult. This game is between Vanuatu and Tahiti, and at the moment Tahiti is up 1-0. It's an absolutely packed stadium. As is every sport at this event, I must say the atmosphere created at every event, including the cricket, has been absolutely sensational, and it's a credit to the Pacific Games. And I know we're going to get an atmosphere like this tomorrow at the final of our wonderful sport, the cricket. Just behind me is a traditional, originating Vanuatu, but they're now very popular in Noumea, is a nakamal, place where they serve kava. I've never tried it, but I thought, as good a time as any when in Rome, so I'm going to round off the night with a shell of kava and then get ready for the final of cricket tomorrow. It should be fantastic.
Just before the final, I caught up with a New Caledonian cricketer to get his thoughts on the current status of cricket in this country.
I mean, the future ambitions is to have, I think, I could divide them in several categories. One is to have a healthy league, something that's got a good level of competition, where people feel like they're well taken care of and they can learn. At the moment, we probably don't have the resources to take care of, on the one side, the national team preparing for a tournament where they need to train once or twice a day, and take care of youth teams, take care of regional teams. It just, the coaches they can't stretch the time that far. So that's one ambition, is to get that structure together. Other ambitions, I guess, involve the national team to get decent, to get to a point where we can actually hold our head high and win the odd game. It's just we don't want to be. PNG is a very, very good team, and we're not going to get to that standard in many, many years. But I'd say the natural talent of people here, the eye, the athleticism, the speed at which they throw, say, bent arm, is pretty amazing. And so if that can be translated with proper coaching into good cricket technique, then I think the potential for decent players is quite high.
In just over 10 minutes time, PNG and Fiji will battle it out here at the 14th Pacific Games for the gold medal in the cricket competition. This is the pitch that will be used. PNG will be batting first. They're warming up in the background there after Fiji's Joe Rika won the toss and sent them in to bat in an interesting decision. I haven't got a key with me, so I won't be able to test out exactly what the bounce of this wicket's going to be like, but I think it'll be fairly consistent from what we've seen all week, given the fact it's synthetic.
And consistent it was, as PNG took full advantage to record a huge victory and claim their 6th straight Pacific Games gold medal.
Well, that concludes the first edition of Pacific Pull Shot. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned for episode 2 that should be out in the next couple of months. For now, for me, it's back to the office.